Whenever you hear about race swaps and gender swaps in video games or media, you can tell that it's going to be a massive fail, that it is going to divide fan bases and most likely lose that company money. And that's exactly what happened with Kill the Justice League. It was a complete and utter disaster for Rocksteady and Warner Brothers games. But now we're finding out that in season 3, they're introducing the race swap version of Zoe Lawton. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. It says Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League revealed a first look at a race swap Zoe Lawton for its upcoming 3rd season, which begins on October 1st. The official Suicide Squad account shared no one tell Deadshot but Lawless, aka Zoe Lawton, arrives October 1st along with season 3 of Kill the Justice League. So this is the character they thought was going to appeal to people. When you have characters in the Arkhamverse that you could pull from, or just even other DC characters, this is who they really thought was going to be a cool addition. You know, we've been asking for Deathstrokes, and this is the best that they can muster. Now, when it comes to the race swap, of course, Zoe Lawton was originally introduced back in 2005. She first appeared as a child in Deadshot #1, but after DC Comics relaunched their entire line in 2011, she was aged up to 12 years old and reintroduced in Suicide Squad #1 in 2016 as part of its Rebirth initiative, but she's never been race swapped up until this point. Now, Hollywood, of course, has been going down this direction with Floyd and race swapping him. This is a decision they made a long time ago with, of course, the very terrible Suicide Squad movie. And it's something that they've really stuck with over the past couple of years. So it's really no surprise to see that she, of course, is a woman of color now. But at the same time, it's still going to upset people because there are plenty of individuals who do not like the direction they've taken with Floyd, just because it seems very disrespectful to the creator's original intention. It's not like, again, we're talking about a character who's brand freaking new that happens to be created now. It just seems that this is another attempt for them to push DEI initiatives. Of course, we do not know what her backstory is going to be because she's not as young, at least judging by this first image. Will they completely change her backstory? Will she actually have a story that represents what Christos Gage and Stephen Cummings created? Who knows? But I do not think these people over at Rocksteady deserve our trust. I just don't see them respecting this original story and, of course, the character that was created. They think that they're better writers. They think that they're better creative, so they're changing tons of different pieces of content when it comes to the characters they're adding to this game. Super disrespectful in my opinion, but all of the DLCs they've released so far have been failures. They have not gone over well. We had the Joker DLC, which for all intents and purposes should have been a hit because Joker's such a phenomenal character, but they turned him into a soy boy loser who Harley stepped all over because of feminism. And the Joker DLC flopped because the concurrent player count peaked at just over 3,000. We're talking, again, about a game that was a AAA disaster, lost Warner Brothers over $200 million freaking dollars because they could not actually write competent characters. They could not write really well done, properly introduced DLC character additions. Then we had the lesbian gender swap Mrs. Freeze, because it's not like she was established, she is a gender swap version of Victor, and she's also a lesbian. That season 2 update bombed with players, and the game at that point had lost 95% of its player base since its release in February. And if we just take a quick little peek right now, in game, there's 126 players, and I completely understand that with single player titles, numbers are going to drop from release, right? When a game launches, that's going to be its highest peak unless they're releasing DLC that really resonates with a player base, then people come back. But the DLC resonating has not happened with people. As you can see, this was the Joker little uptick, so not that much. And then like the Mrs. Freeze one, you can't even see it here. It was such a small little uptick. You cannot even tell on the complete chart that shows from launch to now. It just has not been an experience that people have enjoyed. And I myself have talked about this on the channel plenty of times. I did live stream a full playthrough of it. I love the Arkhamverse. I personally do not consider Suicide Squad to be part of the Arkhamverse. I'm so sad with the direction they took this game in, but it was just a terrible experience overall. And it is not something that anyone should want to play because it's not worth your money. Unless you literally have infinite time on your hands and you want to actively waste money, there's no point to play this. It was just so sad to see the disrespect to the established characters in this established universe. Now, there are a lot of rumors swirling around, and there have been for months at this point, that they are going to bring a character like Batman back, and it's going to be the real Batman, and the Batman that died is not the real one. But they have not confirmed anything like that. And even if they went in that direction, it's just the blatant disrespect for every established character in the main game that makes me not care, that makes me just sigh and shrug. If they came out with the Batman DLC, I would stream it just to show it off to you guys, but I do not want to go back to this game. I try to stream DLCs on the channel, but there's no way you're getting me back in Suicide Squad unless, again, they're trying to bring back a character like Batman. Then sure, I suppose I would give it a shot. But this game has not gone over well for them. I mean, even just a couple of weeks ago, we heard that this abysmal failure had led to massive layoffs at Rocksteady, and I, a couple of months ago, had reported that this was going to be happening. An insider reached out to me and said that they were going to be laying off a ton of people. They were not even sure what was going to happen at Rocksteady, and that's exactly what had happened just a couple weeks ago, massive layoffs. And I can't say that I'm all that surprised. They created a genuinely trash product, and they deserved all of the backlash and all of the criticism that they were receiving. I don't even understand why they're finishing this roadmap. They have a roadmap until January, and it looks like they're still barreling forward with it. Maybe because a lot of the content was already done. Maybe the higher-ups at Warner Brothers are just trying to keep these developers busy until they can get another project ready, because there were reports about a week and a half ago saying that, they were thinking about making a new Batman game, which to me just screams desperation, and it's going to be a remake of something like Arkham Asylum because they can't use Batman anymore. And what are they going to do for a Batman game then? Are they going to start a new universe? Nobody's going to play it because nobody trusts them at this point. But things are not going well for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And while we do not have any real information on Zoe Lawton, we do know that she is the Raceswapped version. Complete disrespect to these original characters and, of course, the original creatives. Does Rocksteady and their team of developers care? Not really. They're just trying to tick off as many boxes as possible, and this is the direction they've gone in. Same with Hollywood over the past couple of years with Floyd Lawton, so I will be keeping my eye on this to see if anything interesting comes of this situation, if they talk about her backstory at all, but for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.